Donkey Kong is back with a new sidekick, Diddy Kong, in a crazy island adventure. Challenged by the crazed tribe of reptilian Kremlings, they endeavor to get back their stolen banana hoard. Armed with lightning-quick moves, chest-pounding muscle, and awesome aerial acrobatics, our duo is ready to face their cunning adversaries. With the help of Donkey Kong's quirky family and his wild animal mounts, they squabble and scamper their way through the unending monkey mayhem. And this is Donkey Kong Country from Rare and Nintendo, released in 1994, and it's part of the Donkey Kong Country franchise. Wouldn't you think so? Because it's called Donkey Kong Country. This is, of course, a very well-known, well-loved, and well-received game for the good old Super Nintendo. It is one of the first games on, I think, any console to be done with Silicon graphics using 3D rendered sprites. Nintendo bought 49% of Rare at about this time, and kind of took over from there. And it's unfortunate because Rare was doing some really great stuff and then kind of went the wayside. Donkey Kong Country had an incredibly aggressive marketing campaign and sold more than 9 million copies worldwide, making it the third best-selling Super Nintendo game, and has been cited as one of the greatest games of all time. Was ported to the Game Boy Color and Advance, was made available for the Virtual Console. It's the first game in the series and was followed by two sequels, Diddy's Conquest and Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. It's basic single-stage platforming game, kind of like Mario. Think about it. You're collecting bananas instead of coins, you're collecting tokens instead of dragon coins, and all of that. The plot's very basic. Our banana hoard has been stolen, we're going to get it back. There you go. It was very successful upon release in 1994. Within a month of its launch, it sold 500,000 copies, garnered much praise in respective reviews with an 89% approval rating for the aggregator game rankings. Some critics said the game saved the Super Nintendo, which was facing growing competition from technically proficient consoles like the Sega CD and PlayStation. I think we know how that turned out. Reviewers praised the game's vibrant, colorful, and groundbreaking graphics. IGN's Lucas Thomas expressed surprise that the 16-bit Nintendo could deliver 3D rendered models and praised the detailed character animations, lush backgrounds, and verdant jungle setting of the game. GamePro said it had all the elements of a classic, outstanding graphics, involving gameplay, and lots of hidden stuff. As we said, Game Rankings gave it an 89%, the Game Boy Color a 90%, and the Game Boy Advance a 79%. Nintendo Power gave it a positive review, the Game Boy Color version as well, saying it improved with multiplayer minigames and the printer feature. We all know how well that turned out. And although the graphics lack the detail of the classic, still worth going ape over. Was awarded Best Graphics Achievement at the Consumer Electronics Show in 1994. It won several awards from EGM, including Best Super Nintendo Game, Best Animation, Best Game Duo, Game of the Year, all in 1994. Nintendo Power gave it Best Overall Game of 94, and it won 2 Kids' Choice Awards in 94 and 95. The only video game listed in Time's Top 10 Best Products of 94. It's somewhat overshadowed by the game's later incursion in 2005's Top 10 Most Overrated Games of All Time. The game also ranked 9th on GameSpy's 2003 list of 25 most overrated games. Although described as overrated by some critics, it has appeared on many best video game of all time lists. Now, I'm going to say something probably equally as controversial as it saying that the game is overrated. I don't like this game. I do not think it is a very good platformer, and I will give you my reasons why. The game looked amazing for what it was doing at its time, and even being on a home game console. This was incredible. I will give it that. I think it does not work very well as a platformer. I think the controls could have been tighter. I think the game's speed itself could have been slightly slowed down. Sometimes it's hard to see what's all going on the screen. And while the graphics do look really good when everything is still, when you're moving at the speed that you do in some of the stages in this game, the graphics really don't stand out at all. They just kind of look like a pixely mess to me. I don't find it as fun as other platformers. I would much rather play a Mario game over this. I would much rather play Mega Man over this. Is it great? No. Is it bad? No. I do agree with it being an overrated game. I think this really kind of ushered in an era where graphics became much more of an important thing for some gamers than actual fun and playability. A lot of people have fun playing this game. Great. I don't.